Find a friend. Rightio, you two Sheilas, come out here. Where are you guys from? The Hunter Valley, rightio, Hunter Valley. Come on out. Rightio, the Hunter Valley, isn't it beautiful? Have you ever pressed any grapes? I had to do a thing in the Hunter Valley once. I can't remember which show it was, but one in the Hunter where they got me in a big thing and I could squash all these grapes. Has anyone seen that Sheila on YouTube that was doing it and then she hit her face on a live broadcast? Google it. Google it. It's the greatest thing. And the way she carries on is brilliant. All right, which town in the Hunter are you guys from?
We're from Mulberry.
Mulberry! In fact, I think that's near where we were staying. We're staying near Mulberry. There was a nice little vineyard there. Yes. Okay. A lot of these challenges you'll see in the country shows around Australia. Goulburn gave us Geraldine the cow over there. Have you guys ever milked a cow? Never milked a cow? Oh, it comes to you naturally. It comes to you naturally. Have you ever rolled a sushi or a swag?
Oh, I rolled swag.
Well, there you've got a way advantage here. So it's got to be nice and tight like a tiger. Now, when you roll it, you've got to roll it like you're roping a steer. You've got to roll it as tight as possible. It's going to take both of you. And then when you finish, you've got to go, yes! And then we've got a judge over here. Our judge here is an expert at everything because he's a teenager. And so he'll be telling you if your swag's tight enough. Now, have you ever rolled a pumpkin before? Well, in a lot of the Queensland shows, if you're from watermelon country, they roll watermelons. And if you're Goomeri, they have the pumpkin festival where you got to roll pumpkin. Don't throw the pumpkin. You got to roll it. Got to roll it. And if you're struggling with the pumpkins, grab a press wheel. Rightio, clear as mud. Right, now our judge over here is going to walk you through it so you don't get lost, because I know I'm a bit confusing. Now, where are you blokes from?
I can't answer that anymore. I don't know where I'm at.
He's a Pong. You can clearly tell it. But anyway, we won't bring up the past. You get enough of that. Where are you from?
I'm a Kiwi, mate.
Kiwi. So we've got two of our foreign people here. Anytime that you need translation from my Queensland accent to English, just fudge it. You'll work out what you're doing. Now, in New Zealand, you've got potato farming in New Zealand, don't you?
What's a potato, mate?
It's a spud. You got to carry a bag of spuds down the end. Now, you've got Kiwi birds over there, but you know how we've got kangaroos here? When you get in the sack, you've got to bounce your way back down here.
I can do that.
So you're good in the sack? Excellent. Excellent. Now, have you ever tossed a spud before?
Never.
Righto, so there's a red marker down there. Now, you've got to throw you're a Kiwi, you're good, you've got a good history with underarm throwing. Now, you'll be right at this, but you've got to toss the spud and it's got to land on the nail.
Okay.
And see the greyhounds down there? Don't be tossing the jolly spud too far because you don't want to hit the greyhounds. Rightio. And then, of course, in here we have a bag of pumpkins. You've got to roll the pumpkin and hit the kangaroo down there. Once you've hit it, you're all good to go on to the next challenge. Now, this bloke here is going to... Oh, the first challenge. Oh, righto. Well, I better show you the first challenge. Now, what goes on farms, main farming that we have in Australia is cropping. We crop mostly. It's the biggest value, the biggest the biggest exports we have is grain. And we use headers. They've only been an invention around for 100 years. Inside the header is rotors, and it makes sure that the chaff and the wheat and the black oats all get separated. And you guys have got to be like a header. Rightio. Well, ladies, we're out here first. Our Hunter Valley Sheilas. True blue, as opposed to these intrepid English and Kiwis over here. You get to choose which colour you're going for. Blue, rightio. True blue Aussie's going to go for the blue. There's your barrel you've got to fill. That is your first challenge. Your second challenge is to grab the bag of spuds, get the bag of spuds down, then get in the sacks down here, then three-legged race that way, and then potato tossing and we'll keep you updated since then. And the last adventure that you'll have after all of that, rolling potatoes, is torturing poor old Geraldine here. Geraldine was made by the Gulpen Mulwari high school students back in 1970. She survived until now. Let's hope she survives until the end of the week. Old Geraldine here. Rightio. Clear as mud. We know what's going on. Everyone gets it. Okay. Oh, here we've got a wayward pumpkin. This pumpkin should be down there. Rightio. There's the pumpkin. Right. Okay. Are you ready? Oh, you're yellow. Set. Go! And they're off and they're racing and straight all the way down. They're picking up their different balls. We do have, oh, they're working together. This is how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the Kiwi and the Pommy. They are absolutely working together. But let's hope they don't accidentally, inadvertently lose it. Oh, they're all taking on the idea. That's it. Yeah, your throat there's out of the way. The Hunter Valley Lasses have worked out exactly what they're doing. You've still got more yellows to go. Make sure there's no yellows anywhere else. And they're still going with their yellows, and the yellows are in rightio. The lads are away with it. You've still got 3 more balls. One over there, one here, one here. The balls are in the swags. Rightio. She's just like, I'm out. One more. There's one more just there. Quick. Righto, come on, we're doing it. Got to do it for Australia, you chillers. Righto, now the lads are down there. They are proving that they are pretty good in the sack. Now, our lasses from Hunter Valley. Come on, make some noise for them. Let's get them moving all the way down. Bouncing like kangaroos across the Warrego Highway. We can't lose to a jolly Kiwi in a pom. Come on, mates. You've got this. Here, I'll help you. Yeah, all right, let's go. Yes, 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 yes. That's it. Kick off your sack, rightio. Now, Velcro was actually invented here in Australia with the Ngurra burr getting stuck to everyone's woolen socks. Oops. Oh, here we go. Down there. Velcro. Velcro's a real friend of the millennials because they learned how to not tie that. How are we going to navigate this? Here we. Oops. Oh, they've got it worked out. Good work. Right, it's going to be a nice tight roll. Don't let them go through unless they've got that roll tight like a tiger. It's time now to squarely get a... Oh, jeez. Crikey Moses. This is unsafe around here. There's one way to smash us, but... That's on, yes! Rightio. Yes, watch your ankles with these pumpkins going all over the place. Now they've got to roll a sushi roll. It's got to be nice and tight like a tiger. These guys have done a perfect job. That is out of the way. Done. Okay, let's just move the cow over here so it's a little bit further out. Get old Geraldine out into the centre. Rightio, it's got to be nice. It's got to be tight like a tiger. The lads have got their little palings over here and it's not how you milk a cow, mate. I don't know what you're doing there. You're a Kiwi, aren't you? Good. Oh, that was good. That was good. Yes, it's on. Rightio. Now to help you out, ladies, I've got a milk crate. Milk crates traditionally used to sit on to milk cows. Traditional item goes back hundreds of years. The milk crate. Now, Geraldine. She looks like she's got a smile on her face, but by the looks of what's going on underneath there, that is not a natural smile. That is a grimace. Rightio, it's about getting as much milk out as possible because very shortly we've got a very hungry lamb coming out here. You've never milked a cow before, have you? No. No, that's... You'll be right, Geraldine, you poor old thing. Goes back to the 1970s, Geraldine does. This is not a demonstration of how to, just so you know. This is definitely... There is definitely more than one way, but... No, absolutely. That would be a vet. A vet goes in that direction. Holy... Oh, I felt that. He's getting very, very rough with poor old Geraldine's milk dispensing. Rightio, it's time to get ready for the countdown. The lamb is coming out. It's the gorgeous Dorper Cross, a Sydney Speckle hair sheep. Now I'm going to be handing over very shortly to Farmer Mandy, who's going to be talking us through this gorgeous little lamb's story and that of the sheep industry in Australia. Also the pet industry when it comes to having farm animals as pets. Rightio, everyone, count down with me. The clock is about to hit 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Leave Geraldine alone. Okay, let's have a look at how much milk they each have. The lads have got 3/4 of a single pail. The Sheilas have absolutely smashed it. Thank goodness we're keeping the Gold Bush Olympics medallions here in Australia. Ladies, good work. I was worried there, but you absolutely smashed it in the milking. Well, the future of farming is in good hands. We do these competitions right throughout Australia and all of our local ag shows. It's a great way to get our kids involved in what we do in agriculture, but also to make sure that we can find you're not going anywhere. You get to feed the lamb. Farmer Mandy's about to grab the milk bottle. Now, you also do get a bento box for being amazing, thanks to SushiHub. There you go. Now, do you have a dog? You've got a puppy. Well, you definitely need this. Now, this is to get rid of all those smells and those accidents that happen, because they do happen. And do you own your own home or you're renting? Oh, wow. Wow. Are you single? Oh, okay, all right. And then you lads for coming second get a backpack. Woohoo! Now give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And it's time to feed the lamb. And Farmer Mandy is going to take over. But before I go from here, we do have some gifts, prizes, bento boxes and hats from SushiHub. All you got to tell me is Gameri has the annual what roll? What do they roll in Gameri in Queensland? Yes, pumpkins. Yes, absolutely. Now I want to throw this to you, but there is so much damage I could cause. Well, I might do damage to people, so I bet not. Legal have told me. Congratulations. Thank you. Gameri has the annual pumpkin roll. Which town in Australia does the potato throwing and carrying? Robertson. Too right. It's Robertson's show. Now, do you have a dog at home? Excellent. Well, you get a Trueco prize straight over here. Timmy's not here. You have to put up with a good-looking husband. There you go. You can redeem your voucher just over here at Trueco. If you've got a pet, you definitely need to become friends with Trueco. And while I'm down here, who thinks they know who the arena sponsor is? Absolutely, it's SushiHub. We love SushiHub. And they do have the best tucker at the showgrounds. 20 years they've been serving up sushi here in Australia. Now I've got another prize down here. What goes into a California roll? Yes. Come again? Yes. I have no idea, but you win. Rightio, can you catch? There you go. Rightio, I'm going to hand over to Farmer Mandy, who's going to talk us through everything about farm animals as pets, and of course, this guy here's story.
Thank you, Farmer Dad. I have this beautiful young fella, his name's Franco. He was, unfortunately, his mother didn't think he was worth keeping. So she gave birth to him and got up and walked away. I went out in the paddocks and I found him, and he was like just looking at me, and I was like, "Mate, you're coming home with me. You cannot." Sorry about that. Let's look at that end. He was looking at me and I said, you've got to come home. So every hour on the hour, as a newborn, we had to encourage him to feed. So it took us a while to get a feed into him. So when we got him feeding and really getting into that milk we were feeding him every 4 hours. So as a baby, they actually feed off of their mother 32 times a day. So you can imagine what the mum would be thinking. Now, as they get older, it's still the same. They don't wean them off until 3 months of age. But then there's some mothers that are like, yeah, no, keep going until I have another baby. They just love their children when they cling to them. Unfortunately, she thought that there was something wrong with him, so she up and left him. As we took him to the vet, yes, she was right. He did have something wrong with him. It's called white disease syndrome. So that means that he wasn't developing correctly inside. And she knew it. So when they know and they just leave him and hope for the best. Well, I know for a fact that he's going to be fine because he's still here. He's drinking really well, he's eating. And once he gets to a certain age, I will let him out and nurture with all the other sheep, but it will take time. It's all about letting him slowly social. Because then sheep are actually a social animal. They don't like being without anybody. They love their friends. They love humans, dogs. They're highly intelligent to the fact that you can actually teach them, like dogs and cats, to do tricks. I know you wouldn't think that you could do that, but you can. He's too young just yet, but you can teach him to do little horse jumps, to go and stay on one little dot. Some people have even had the time to teach them to count, at least up to 4 anyway. Not too big. You've got to remember they do have a small memory. But the memory of their friendship with someone is huge. So if you make friends with a sheep, they will actually friend you for 2 years. I don't know what happens after that, whether they get Alzheimer's or whatever, but then the next minute, if you friend them again after that 2 years, then you've got another 2 years. So if you just keep reminding them that I'm your friend, then you've got a lifetime friend. And I'm sure he's going to be my lifetime friend because he'll be staying with me. Now, he is a very unusual fella. You don't see many like this because he has an unusual coat. Can anybody tell me the difference that you can see with his coat just by looking at him? Yes, young man. Don't be frightened. He's black and white. Yeah. Most daughters, they actually have black feet down the bottom and a black cheek, like an oval shape on either side of their face. And the rest of them are white. But somehow, in a throwback situation, we've been trying this breed for a while now to get them black and white. Makes them look a bit fancy, like a Dalmatian. And I think he looks gorgeous. So I hope to keep breeding and getting them out to this spotty looking colour because they look awesome, don't you think?
Yeah.
I think so. Better than just a plain white sheep, all right? He's beautiful. He's very social too. But there's over 1,000 different types of breeds of sheep. I used to think there was about 3, but now I've found out, looking into it more and more and more, there's over 1,000 worldwide, different varieties. And I'm happy to say that I'm lucky enough to have this new variety, and I hope it continues. Now, they produce milk, wool, and what else can we say that they produce? It starts with C. Any thoughts? Cheese. And their cheeses are very rich and bright and yummy taste. Their milk is good. We don't use it as much as cow's milk or goat's milk, but it's very similar. Now, as a baby and as it gets a little bit older, you don't have to give them, like us humans, we love it warm. They can have it warm, cold, or just room temperature. They're not fussy. They just love their milk. He thinks that turf is real grass. He's going, why can't I chew this? So they one of the very first of the traditional art of tattooing was a sheep, which is quite interesting. I don't know if I want one of those though. I just want to say that they are a beautiful friend as a pet, because they can wake you up in the morning, they learn their name, and they follow you everywhere. And I mean literally everywhere, just like a dog. They're easy to train. It's not hard at all.